If you're having a tough time right now in life, just remember, it's not really your fault. Hi, I'm Rosethrawn, and I'm kind of like a vampire VTuber, or a vampire PNG tuber if you want to be Pacific, who usually does plays video games, various niche little video games like Identity 5, and sometimes more popular games like Street Fighter 6 or Final Fantasy 14 and the likes. And I on occasionally do an art stream here and there. So I tend to be within the whole video game sphere and stuff like that. But today we're gonna talk about something that's a little different. A little different. It's a little bit more personal, dealing with me. And pretty much what can I say? My adventures through the job market as of currently. It goes without saying that ever since the pandemic, things have been pretty rough. Pretty rough for a lot of people, myself included. The pandemic really left me without a means to actually like take care of myself, in a sense. It left me without a lot of things that I have taken for granted, whether it be a decently paying job. I'm not gonna say it was a good paying job, but it was decent enough where I could at least try to survive. But as of recently, I've noticed that a lot of these jobs are not hiring. And if they are hiring, they're not hiring you for hiring you so you can make a living wage. And I feel like this is an issue that's across the board, across all generations right now, whether you be young or old. I've come across so many people who can't make a living wage, myself included, without like having like 13 different side gigs. And even with that, it's still almost impossible to make enough money to take care of yourself and be independent as a person. And I really feel like it's not fair. It's not fair, which is honestly the truth. And I know a lot of people are going to say that, life overall is not fair, but I really feel like we've hit the point in society where so many people can't even afford to keep a roof over their heads that we need to rethink where we're going as a global society, especially in certain countries like America, the United States, Europe, China, Japan, South Korea, anywhere. Honestly, it's gotten to the point that a lot of people can't stay afloat anymore. And mind you, the same people who can't stay afloat are across all ages. We're across all ages. They're young and old. Like, I know so many like older people who can't afford to keep their houses because their pension or their social security is not enough money, so they have to go back to work in a hostile job environment that's very ageist, that's very cruel towards senior citizens. And then you have a younger population, myself included, who can't make ends meet even after going to college, even after getting the fancy degrees. None of that shit seems to matter because you still have companies who don't want to pay you even the bare minimum for having that fancy degree. Like, I've seen job postings where they want someone with a bachelor's degree, but you're gonna pay them less than $20 an hour for a receptionist position, which is kind of crazy. It's just like, you don't need a bachelor's degree for a receptionist position, and you definitely don't need a bachelor's degree for administrative assistant position. You don't need a bachelor's or college degree for any of these roles, but they want that now, they being the employers. And it makes no sense because you're not willing to pay what that bachelor's degree cost. And even when it comes down to situations like that, these employers, they just don't care. And then they wonder, oh, well, is everyone just lazy? Nobody wants to work anymore. And all that other little trite bullshit that they say to kind of demean people of my generation and younger. And I'm just over here. It's not that people don't want to work. It's just that we don't want to work for peanuts. Not when you're sitting over here buying your third fucking Tesla, Susan. Like, my God, it's kind of insane how a lot of these corporations, these employers really think that it's okay to pay your employees such minuscule wages and expect utmost loyalty. It's like, what is wrong with you? Are you utterly fucking insane? That's my question. And I honestly feel like at this moment in time, society globally is crashing. You have a lot of young people who will never have the chance to make a family. You have a lot of young people who decide that they don't have the time to raise a family. They don't have the time to find a spouse. You have a lot of young people who are thinking of doing irreversible harm to themselves because they're not given the opportunity to thrive. And I feel like that's the most criminal thing about this all, is that you have so many people who cannot thrive because the world as it is right now, with this rampant capitalism, there's no way for you to thrive anymore. And now I'm not saying this because like, oh, I'm anti-capitalist. No, I just don't like this late stage capitalism that we're in. Because at this point, nobody is winning except for the 1%, the super elite, the super rich. And if people can't keep a roof over their heads, even by working 2 or 3 jobs, then what comes next? Complete anarchy. That's usually what comes next. And I feel like the older I get and I watch how society continues to fall apart, I can't help but wonder if it's even worth it sometimes to keep on trying. And it's a really sad thing to kind of like say, but honestly, that is a question that I have now in my life. Is it worth to keep on trying? And I do believe that's a question that a lot of people are having currently. Is it worth to keep on trying? We are cogs in a machine that keeps turning and turning, but the machine is broken. So what can people do to really fix it? I'm not too sure on that. I know I'm not much of an activist or anything like that on my free time. I see a lot of people, they talk about, going out there and protesting, going out there and donating. But like, when you don't even have 2 pennies to rub together, you don't even feel galvanized enough to go out there and protest. You don't even feel as if you have anything to add to the conversation because you're so miserable, and just trying to get through the day to day is difficult enough. So I'm not too sure what this video is going to be. I'm not even too sure what my points are supposed to be. Oh, but apparently I have a call from Beijing, China. Don't ask me how that happened. But in all, I just hope in the future things won't be as difficult as they are right now. And I really do urge people to keep trying, even though it seems very pointless. And I just hope that one day many of us would be able to live the lives that we want. You know, I'm not going to say the lives that we rightfully deserve, anything like that, but to be able to live the life that you want, that you can be proud of. That's my wish for the future, is that all of us who are currently struggling right now can finally live the lives that we want for ourselves, and not the lives that we're just given with circumstances that are just given to us. So, in any case, this is Rosethrawn. I'm not too sure if I'm going to do another video like this. I'm just kind of like feeling my way through editing, feeling my way through my feelings right now. So we'll see what the future holds, but for all of you out there, have a pleasant day.